Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach. This is our board meeting for Monday, November 13th, 2017. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Wallace.
Here.
Trustee Butler.
Here.
Trustee Nichols.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. The record show a quorum is present. Will all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any additions or deletions to the agenda? Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second. Motion by trustee Valdez, second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any corrections, additions, deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. Let's see, we have our October 23rd, 2017 council meeting minutes up for approval. Any corrections or clarifications on those? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Butler.
Second.
Second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion and a second. Any corrections or clarifications to the minutes? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are approved. We have expenditures this month of $1,191,854.99. Some of those larger items than that. Our healthcare services are about $117,000. The fresh Lake Michigan water from CLC General National Water Agency, about $139,000. The Archer tank repainting, so you probably saw it out there being repainted, a little over $131,000. Our police pension fund, we had payments going out about $90,000 to that this month, and a bunch of other bills. The board have all reviewed them, staff all reviewed them. Anyone on the board have any questions about the bills? No. If not, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Motion by trustee Wallace,
Second.
second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. We have no ratifications this evening, so we'll move on to reports. Any trustees have any reports tonight? Okay, under mayor's report, we have just the one item, the 2017 Governor's Hometown Award. It is my honor to go down to Springfield along with Mr. Rillo and some of the Mobile Eye members. Received the Governor's Hometown Award, the project runner-up, Round Lake Beach, Mobile Eye, VIPS, for the 25,001 to 50,000 population for disaster services. As a recognition of outstanding achievement to make Illinois an ideal state in which to work, live, and conduct business. If we could all have all the Mobile Eye people stand up, we'll give a big round of applause. You other folks are always out there, no matter what the weather's like, and we had some pretty bad weather up here when you guys have been called out, whether it be a traffic accident, somebody's lost in the woods, just so many things, general events the village holds, and we couldn't do it without you guys. Does anyone want to say a few words for the organization?
Thank you. As everybody knows, Mobile Eye is an asset in not only this town, but a bunch of the other towns that use them.
Yes.
It's impressive, and it was very easy to write the award, the grant to get the award, because the name is so good. It's an asset that this village has that's unlike any other in the state. It's seen as exemplary throughout the state, and as an example, the village should be proud to have them. And they do more than just direct traffic. They're ambassadors to the community as well as to everybody in the village. So thank you very much for them on behalf of them.
Yeah, we received another sign in front of the DS here. That we could also add to our signs out by the village, welcoming people to our community. Let them know that, again, being honored 2017 with the Governor's Hometown Award, Project Runner-Up Award. So again, thank you, everyone from Mobile Eye. You have our sincerest gratitude and thanks. And keep up the great work. We really appreciate all you do. Anyone care to say anything? No? Okay. Is there a clerk's report?
There is none, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to our items of business. You guys are welcome to stick around. I know you don't this guy here, but we just have the business to attend here, and you're welcome to stay if you want to care to listen. most people do what you're doing right now.
Thank you, Mobileye, for everything.
Thanks for coming out with everyone.
Well, Mayor, we still have a couple in the audience.
Okay, moved on to our items of business then. We have item A, is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Compass Minerals America Incorporated and amount not to exceed $53,448. This is a state bid for road salt. Came down quite a bit this year. It was nice to see a low price. I think they probably stocked up on it from the last couple of winters. Been so, well, pretty nice out, I guess, for winters as they go. Not a lot of heavy snow or ice. So we're getting a good price in it this year. Hopefully, we'll get a good price again next year because we'll have another mild winter. We'll see what happens. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So
So
moved.
move.
Motion by trustee Nichols,
Second.
second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item B is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract, K-Tech Specialty Coatings Incorporated, and amount not to exceed $17,100. This is for the pre-treatment for the roads before the snow falls. It helps reduce the salt usage. By reducing the salt usage, we're able to keep a lot of it out of our lakes. Years ago, we had our lake tested, and it was rather high in the salt content. So it's hopefully been coming down. We'll probably have it tested another 2 or 3 years and see how well that's worked by reducing the salt in our roads and helping save our lake. And it makes it easier for the cars and stuff too out there. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Motion by
Second.
trustee Butler, second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item C is a resolution approving a municipal solid waste recycling yard waste agreement with Waste Management. We've had Waste Management in our community for many years now. We're going to be extending our contract for another 5 years. We were able to add this year 6 free bags of leaf pickup in the fall for all of the residents in town. Make sure the leaves aren't burned. For things like 27 cents a month is all we're paying for that. So it's a great deal, and we'll get a lot of leaves picked up, and hopefully less people will burn them illegally in the community. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace.
Second?
Second by trustee Butler. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item D is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Hydro Air Services Incorporated, an amount not to exceed $30,000. We need to repair and do preventative maintenance on some of our sewer lift station pumps. The summer's heavy rains put a usually hard strain on them. Some of them failed. Most of them performed well, but they do need some maintenance on them to make sure that if we have another heavy rain like that the pumps aren't going to fail on us. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Nichols, second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. See, item E is a resolution approving a contract to accept a donation of certain property. Commonly known addresses are 1976 North Orchard Lane, 2010 North Orchard Lane, and 2072 North Orchard Lane. These are all parts of the area off Orchard Lane that we're going to be putting our hook drive-through over there. It's some pieces of the property that are not buildable, that they're going to be donating to the community, and we'll be able to make that more of a conservation area back there. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee
Second.
Wallace, second by trustee Nichols. A motion is second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item F is a resolution approving a local public agency agreement with IDOT relative to Orchard Lane. We need to approve this agreement for the Phase 2 engineering that Walt Hamilton will be doing. It's part of the process. We're going to be using federal money. We have to have all these agreements with IDOT, so we need to approve that. The road construction, I think IDOT's going to pay, or the federal money that's flowing through IDOT is going to be about 80% of the cost, so we'll get a really good deal on that. So you all remember when we did some core samples on Orchard to find out why it was breaking up so easily, getting the potholes? We find out when they built that road, they skimmed on it and they didn't put the right base underneath, they didn't put the right amount of asphalt underneath, and that's why we kept them breaking up. And so that's why we have to reconstruct the road. Otherwise, we'll keep patching it year after year after year, and it'll never get any better. So I'm glad we're able to secure some federal funds for this. That'll help us tremendously in that cost. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Well, trustee Butler had the second. Trustee Nickel will give the first. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. That was our last item of business. We do not have any executive session tonight. At this time, it's open to public participation. Have a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone. Give your name and address to the record, either state your comment or ask your question. I think this one is the one that normally has turned on.
Good evening, everybody.
You can lift it up, yeah.
Oh, sure. My name is Sarah Shodnia, and I'm with Congressman Brett Schneiders' office, and I'll leave my office address for the record, 111 Barclay Boulevard, Suite 200 in Lincolnshire, Illinois. Just came to say hello and want to introduce ourselves with the office, and wanted to extend, if any of your residents have any issues, please call our office. We have a satellite location at Avon Township. There's a representative there Mondays from 8:30 until 4, and Tuesdays from 8:30 until 12, so please direct them our way and or just call our main office line at 847-383-4870, and they can we can try to help them as best we can. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you stopping out tonight.
My name is Heather Dorsey. This is my husband, James Dorsey. We live at 1312 North Oak, Round Lake Beach. We've lived there for 20 years now. I just felt I had to come forward and talk about this flooding situation in our area, in where we live. We got over 4 feet of water in our house that stayed there for like 2 days. Our whole basement was ruined. All our furnace, our washer and dryer, our water heater, both of our cars got totaled. And this is not the first time we've had flooding in our house. And I just feel like, well, we decided we're walking away from this house because we cannot keep putting money after money after money into this house and not know if this is ever going to be rectified. And no one has come out to the house since the flooding, like to even look at the house to say, is this house livable? Is this house, are the houses around us,
In a floodplain or nothing, And with each flood, the first flood, we flooded 2 feet of water. Okay, I can handle that. I repaired it. The next flood was 2.5 feet. This last flood was 4 feet of water, all the way up to the first landing in the house. Okay? And we called the city, we asked if the pumping station wasn't running. Nobody answered any questions. Okay? It sat there for 2 days. After 2 days, all of a sudden it just evaporated. Where does 4 feet of water throughout my whole yard and house go? And the whole neighborhood, the whole neighborhood was flooded like that. They had closed down streets.
Yep.
And when they finally opened the pump up, it all evaporated, nobody knew anything about it. This is the second or third time this has happened. And we're not getting any answers, so like she said, we're gonna walk away from the house. It's been 20 years we've been in the house.
how can you even sell a house that keeps flooding like that all the time? How can we sell a house like that? In all good conscience, how you can't just not tell the people who are moving into that house, that this house floods. And we found out a couple of years after we had moved into the house that the house had flooded, like this before. But of course, no one had told us. But
We've been in the community. I've lived in Round Lake for almost 40 years. Okay? We've lived in this house for 20. We're, you know, we participate in a lot of things in the community. We had 4 kids graduate from high school in Waukegan, in Round Lake. Okay? And I moved out of Waukegan to get away from the problems in Waukegan to come out here so that my kids could graduate from a school and not have problems. You know, I didn't think I'd move out here and watch my kids swimming in my basement. And then when you call somebody, you get no answers of how does the water stand like that? Why wasn't it pumped out?
I mean,
You
our sump pumps were both working.
Yeah.
The electricity never went off, but there was no place to pump the water to. It was just,
You know, you look in your garage and you see a 2017 car flooded up to the windows. Okay? And then, good thing we had some kind of insurance on it, otherwise I would have had to eat that too. But we had to go out and buy 2 new cars, which set us back. So, you know, I love the community, but I can't take any more water. You know, I told her, I said, the next house we buy is gonna be on a hill.
I mean, the Red Cross comes out, they take pictures of the house, there's no walls down there now. And we never hear anything from anybody.
You know, it's like with the city, nobody, you know, if you don't make noise, nobody knows you exist. Nobody calls and says, hey, did you guys survive? Nobody comes in the nobody even came in the neighborhood. You know, except for the Red Cross and stuff. You know, it's like, okay, we'll take their tax money, let them flood. Okay, they'll stay, you know, but not us anymore. There's gonna be a few of our neighbors that feel that way.
I'm sorry, what exactly was your address again?
1312 North Oak. We came the last time we flooded too, when we had 2 feet of water. Now it's doubled, now it's 4 feet of water. And I mean, I know this is not
Yeah.
this is not a usual occurrence, but it's not right.
When they put the new sewers in and stuff, we thought, okay, things would be better. You know,
Yeah,
instead of
'cause
getting better, it got worse. You know, you see everything you own, your family pictures and everything, ruined, floating in the basement.
Well, after the last flood too, we had US Waterproofing come out, and we spent thousands of dollars to have all these drain tiles put all around the house and everything before they put in the new walls and everything, and didn't do a bit of good. So,
That's all I had to
this,
say.
Yeah, sorry to hear about your flooding situation. You're not alone. We're not alone in the whole county. Place that they thought they've never flooded before flooded this time around because the rain was so quick to come down. There's no place for the water to go. Downstream, there's no place for the water to go. I know pumping station over in Fox Lake even couldn't keep up with it, and they were flooding too. It's a disaster that happened. That's not too far from you, is it, Kevin? The area right there. Yeah, they were flooded pretty bad over there.
That's down the street from my house.
Yeah, and
That's down the street from my house.
at what point do you look at, have someone come out there and look at the house and say, this house shouldn't be lived in anymore? It's, you know, this flooding is just, it's not gonna stop. When do you save it? You know, it's like, no one's ever come out to even look at the house from the village or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish we could have given you more information during the flood itself. A lot of things we didn't know ourselves, you know, what the issues were downstream, that why the water wasn't going away. I know that a few things we came up later on. Scott, maybe you can address some of the issues there?
Well, just everything tributary to where we were. And like you said, it took 2 days, but that's, you know, everything was draining into the same, you know, watershed. So everything had to catch up downstream before we started the drain as well. So, and when we were talking about the lift stations, they were mainly the sanitary, but, you know, most of the, you know, the Round Lake drain was crested. Everything was just at maximum capacity. Yeah, FEMA you know, we submitted our FEMA as well, but it just had to hit a certain threshold before the federal,
Like 18.3
Guy-
million or something?
something like that. It's based on a per capita. And then once that is triggered, other grants are triggered, but I don't believe we ultimately hit our threshold
No, we did
with
not,
FEMA.
no. Sometimes the Stormwater Management Agency will buy some houses. I didn't realize you guys have flooded that often right in one spot, because that's not so much, really shouldn't be that flood prone in that area there. I'm surprised.
I can,
Whole area, their street where they're at, and over on Melrose also. There was a car on Melrose that was up to the windows, flooded out. In fact, I drove past your house and I talked to you at that one time.
we do have a contact through the national, they actually came out to the village just to look at our programs that are in place for the national flood insurance. And I might even have some brochures here I could give you, and you could look into that. But I don't believe you have to be in a floodplain. There's certain restrictions if you are in a floodplain. But I can give you that information so you can contact them to look into that as well, if you want to meet after the meeting.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, if there are no being other business for the council tonight, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace, second by trustee Butler. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone. That's a sad story.